location over here in Illinois. It's private that butts up to federal land, state land. A lot of the parks are open to hunting in this area in Illinois. We're going in some of the fields we're talking about, the agricultural fields, about changing over from corn to beans. One reason I really like to have beans in the area close to where I'm hunting, especially if I'm hunting close to a field edge, is you got a bird's eye advantage to glass bedded deer and pull a midday stalk. And so I'm super excited about the transition from corn to beans this year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, last year was corn, this year should be beans.
When you have a windy or bad weather conditions, corn can be an amazing spot to pull off a stalk for a deer if you just zigzag the corn. If you look at the crops and find low-lying areas that are unplanted, those turn into tall grasses, which are preferred for deer to bed into. And a lot of times in higher pressured areas, the deer will utilize the corn, bed into the timber, but then at night will go into the timber to do their scraping and doing the mating and doing all their marks and stuff. So really love the features of corn as well. When there's a lot of agriculture, and you got corn and you got beans that butt up to the corn, I've seen midday the bucks come out of the corn for their bedding area and go into bean fields to feed. Right. So being mid-line, like in the center of a field where the corn meets the beans, would be a good strategic spot to set up, for a midday hunt as well.
Sure. With the amount of rain we've gotten in Illinois this year, all these cornfields are already fully grown and mature. The park ranger is really nice here. It's nice to get to know those park rangers because they can tell you a lot about this park because they spend more time out here than you do. Yeah, he's gonna let me use the ranger car to help me get deer out here. State land starts right here. Those signs, white signs.
So trail access, and they can walk these trails with horses. Yes. No motorized vehicles.
No pedal bikes, no motorized vehicles, nothing. You have to walk. Everywhere you do on these state land parks in Illinois, you have to walk. It tells you what you can and cannot use.
So the purpose for this trip today, do a little preseason scouting, but also pick up a couple cameras we have back here, check to see what kind of activity we have at some of our primary stand locations over here. And I say stand, we threw some ropes, got some really good locations at these points going into these fields, and just want to recover some of our footage and stuff off our cameras.
Tell me about your guys' hunt last year.
Oh, it was brutal. That was a quick run and sit.
First of all, you got all this heavy hunting equipment, gear, lots of clothes. You got a 1.7 mile walk back here. But the first thing I said is get me to the back of the hunting area, get me as close to the private as possible, and get me to the very end of it to where I have less competition from other hunters. So it was quite brutal. We got back there, we're smoked, we were sweating. As far as like scent control, we just had to hunt the wind at that point. We actually ended up setting a couple ropes on the very back on this pinch point, going out into the field for shooting in the field. And then from there, we decided to not hunt up in the tree because of the wind direction, so we hunted out in the field, and so we made a makeshift ground blind out of these corn stalks.
Yeah.
We didn't have a chair or a seat, so
no, sat right on the ground.
We sat on the ground. We sat for a couple hours and then just wasn't working.
No, it wasn't to our advantage.
So we got out of the stand and made a short walk back to another area, and then
it was an all-day event.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just to run and sit and try something new, get to a vantage
point.
But
when you run and gun, you get out here, you're going to run into different circumstances, and you just have to make the best of it.
Sure.
Sometimes not ideal, but overall it's a good experience. And if you want to try to kill big mature deer, you're going to have to try to get to the ends of the property away from everybody else. Yep. And kind of have some sacrifices. Oh, good. Beans this year. Last year it was corn. It's always nice to see beans because that means the deer will be in the woods, and then they're more visible during low light hours so you got a possible shot. A lot of times when you have corn standing, they're in the corn, they stay in the corn, and then they go back into the woods in the evening, and sometimes you don't get a shot.
Look at the deer tracks.
We can glass and see exactly what we have utilizing this area in this bean field. So this is a good thing to see.
Dew claws, heavy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Very heavy. Monster buck. Together, feet are together.
Somewhat fresh.
Fresh.
So this side
That's
is
steak.
off.
That's steak.
But they put the signs, they didn't want you to
where
pass
that
this
corner.
point.
Yeah, where that corner was at.
So anyways, some farmers bitch a fit and get the public hunting grounds blocked off because they want the deer for themselves. So they don't really want you to pass this point, but the way it's angled to me, they don't want you to hunt the timber on this side. So I said, that's fine. Get me out into a point that's still on this property. So over here is the boundary line. That's private. The field over here is state huntable property. And so ideal locations, these little fingers with timber that extrude out into these fields in the low areas, make those perfect areas to set up to hunt. Oh yeah, okay, here's the licking branch right here. Yep. This was corn, this was open, there's a big primary scrape right here. So I'd set a cellular camera right there and watch several 120s, 130s, 140-inch deer from this location. We're gonna remove this camera, it needs new fresh batteries, and we're gonna move it for right now. But this at the height of season and the rut was happening, and so we got to inventory a lot of what kind of bucks are in this area. What happened for the year?
You know what's in here? Last year. This year, the bucks we had on camera are going to be much bigger.
You want to go check that point out real quick while we're already here?
We can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can walk down the. They're definitely traveling this right here, cuz all through the field, right down the road, eating the tops of the beans off already. This was it right here. You can see the pile. Yep, right here. This is so we can see both sides.
Yeah, we wanted to hit both points.
And you can see 1 point, 2 point, and where this come together. And we had a lot of movement here. We had one day to get in here and get it done. This year, hopefully, will be a different story because of the observation we got last year. And now we can put a game plan in here to come in here and kill a big buck.
That's what I like. Buck poop right here, meaning they're spending some time here, they're feeding, they feel safe here. You can see if you look, the elevation change, they're hidden down here.
Yes.
They can feed in here midday and feel just fine. It's one of these corner trees right here, right here. Because this is their main runway coming out, right here. And they're hitting boom and boom. Right in here. You can see their main travel corridor through here. But big reward with a lot of sacrifice. It's this tree right here. Ouch. You can see we got the rope set right there on this. Right here's my rope set. Rope's thrown. That'll have to be trimmed out. But I want a nice, easy, clear path to come in through here in my back door without hitting their runway. Yeah. Come on in. Yeah. So from bed to feed, your big buck might be 60 yards from the corner of the field. So you get in here and get a clean, in your saddle without making one noise. He could get up out of his bed. You could see him stand up. But if you made a noise, he's gone. It'll actually, help me not be detected if I have. And then walking 1.7 miles back here, you're going to give off some scent. Your body creates bacteria, so there ain't no way to be around it other than hunt high and pray for the best and hunt the right winds.
Where's your knife, guys?
We don't have one, but we got a lighter. So if you forget your knife and you got to cut
Grab a lighter.
your slick line, grab a lighter.
Grab a lighter.
Send me that camera. Brand new camera.
That's why you don't leave your camera all year out, because they destroy it. You can see the antenna, the microchip in the antenna.
Yeah, they ate it.
There's two runways that parallel that go out to that side.
Yeah.
So we can shoot back and we shoot here.
Yeah, we
out of
need in there.
I got my
We need
long
to-
crooners, clip, clip, clip,
Yep.
right here.
Yep. This is where you want the shot.
All day long.
But just wanted to close out this video saying, don't be overwhelmed by vastness, just grid it out. Scout one area at a time and then figure out where your best location, your key locations to kill your big bucks are. That's it.
Sounds good.
Nice little hand pump. Spring water
Does it take a long
in the middle of Illinois. Keep pumping, baby.
Takes a while.
Keep going, build pressure. Gotta pump it from the bottom. There you go.
Wash your boots.
Any good, babe?
Yeah, wash your boots.
Yeah.
That's funny. Good stuff.
All right, let's go grab some lunch outside the hunt club.